Another legendary figure, as you mentioned before, is Sleaze, IFK.
Yeah, Sleaze is original IFK.
Do you remember first seeing him up or someone mentioning him?
Yeah, you know, he had long blonde hair. You know, he went to school by the neighborhood, and he was riding a lot back then, and we'd go riding a lot back then. We'd go racking a lot back then, and we walked the freeways. He was a killer. So he was an RTD killer and IFK killer, you know.
When you met Sleaze, did he have that name already?
He did.
Do you know the story of how he got that name?
I think it's more of a private story.
Did Sleaze begin writing before Chaka?
Yes.
Would you know? Sleaze, also, he just recently passed away, maybe about a year ago, maybe even less.
Rest in peace.
Do you remember hearing the news that he had passed away?
Yeah, I do. They all hurt. Yep. Chaka was IFK too, you know. I remember first meeting him on, I think it was like on Hill Street, and he was with Skept, and I don't know, I was walking downtown or something, and Skep's like, yo, Whisk, you know, and I met this small dude, and that was Chaka, you know. I remember, you know, showing him like how to use a tip, and he practiced that, and obviously he's perfected it now.
Chaka knew who you were already?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Does IFK still recruit writers, or is it closed?
We don't recruit anything. Their work tells us that they're in.
So it is still an open crew?
It's still a crew that accepts the work of the Sons of Los Angeles.
Do other writers have rank in IFK to let new members in?
We all kind of just acknowledge that the work speaks for itself. Again, we don't put in members, they put themselves in.
You've been very prolific in creating these legendary crews that just continue on throughout the years. There's a third crew called BC Crew.
Yep.
How did BC start? Can you please walk us through that as well?
Sure, that goes back to our surfer roots, you know, mine. So when I got kicked out of Venice High, I had to go to the continuation school behind Venice. It was called Phoenix. And I met a guy there. His name was Jeff. And I remember I had a can. I guess I took a can to school. And I wrote Boe, B-O-E, Dye, D-Y-E, and Blue. And I told him right there, I'll be Boe, you be Dye, and we'll be the Blue Crew. And that's how Blue Crew started.
Nice. Who were some of the first writers in that crew? Can you give us a little roll call?
Sure. Whisk, Dye, Sir, Bay, Kex, St. Patrick, Deke. I think we were kind of the nucleus back then. And then we started recruiting other mutual friends. We like to call them heads, you know. Doom was an original BC. In fact, he was the bureau chief. Yep.
Can you give us a timeline as to which crews come first? RTD, IFK, and BC. Which comes first, which comes second, which comes third?
You actually had it the first time you said it.
Thank you. BC is also known for a battle with MAK, as you mentioned before. Can you tell us more about that battle?
Yeah, my friends from the neighborhood, the Neo and Mondo, they were just kind of kidding around that BC was just more of like a kickback kind of crew, kind of like LOD back then. And I said, no, we're pretty good, man. You know, in fact, we should battle. And I said, you know what? If we win, you give me 100 cans, and if you guys win, we'll give you 100 cans. And it was kind of like a running joke, but we were down for it, and we did it. It was a great day. I really enjoyed that day.
Who wins that battle?
You know, I think we won. So
Do you get the 100 cans?
no.
What happens?
Cans.
Do you mention the cans at the end of the battle?
I don't think I did. I think it was just a fun. Everyone had fun, and you know, I really like what their production and how they tied in everything. I think that they won that category. Their letters, you know, tied into their characters tied into the whole overall theme. They did a great production.
Can you name some of the few MAK members?
Yeah, Mondo, Neo. I think Key was there. They had a lot of different guys there.